Ange, and welcome back to my channel. This week we're having a look at Min-Maxed, which is a new D&D Let's Play. The second episode dropped last week. The third episode in video format will be dropping next Sunday, or they also have a podcast that they release alternative weeks, so the second podcast will be dropping at some point today. They're great, and they don't deserve the epic amount of fail that a certain person decided to drop on them. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, hopefully in this space I'm indicating to, there's a picture of Team Min-Maxed. There are a bunch of martial artists, mostly martial artists, who are famous on YouTube for doing their thing. They launched a GoFundMe. They were looking for £10,000 to cover, flights, accommodation, some studio space, etc. They raised a hell of a lot more than that. So much so, they are guaranteed a second and possibly a third season. Duke from One Shot Questers, who is again hopefully in this area, took umbrage to that, and well, he called them pathetic and tried to call them out, called them frauds, accused them of defaulting in the D&D community, all of that horrible negative stuff. Other people have done videos about that better than I could, about why it was BS. Other people, including Crispy from Crispy's Tavern, which is like a drama channel, but like a really, really well researched drama channel. And that should have been that. Min-Maxed, after Duke's first video, released a response answering all of his questions that he had. That should have been it. They were like, please don't show any hate to this creator. We kind of said this is our introduction to, like, our welcome to D&D, but please don't show hate. Most people were kind of respectful to that, or would have been if Duke's behaviour hadn't escalated further. His comment section is a mess. His subscribers have gone down. He was basically throwing a toddler tantrum because, well, they didn't want to work with him. But he doesn't fit the vibe of what they were going for. He's not a martial artist, and they already had a DM that they knew and some of them had worked with before. But yeah, he then kind of doubled down further in his comments. He was like, I will release a apology video if these meet up with me and basically work with me, which clearly isn't going to happen, because why would you work with somebody who's dragged your name through the mud and made all them accusations, right? This, as I say, reached Crispy on the Crispy's Tavern, who does really, really, really well researched videos debunking myths and stuff, and they give Duke a smackdown, especially as it turns out Crispy had advised Duke not to do this, and Duke basically went thanks but no thanks, blocked Crispy and went ahead with it anyways. When the drama channel's telling you not to do something, you're best off listening to the drama channel, Duke, because look at what's happening in your life now. But instead of taking Crispy and Min-Maxed evidence. Their word, and again, it was all researched and mathematically mostly accurate and stuff. He was like, aha, I gotcha. On bullshit point A, bullshit point B, bullshit point C. And so the drama continues. Crispy has released another video about it, and some interesting stuff has come out if what people are telling Crispy is true. Duke doesn't play D&D. He's a creator whose content is around D&D, but apparently he doesn't play D&D. And this is why we can't have nice things in our community. Who's the scammer there? Duke? One shot questions, you know? Other stuff came out about him. I would just recommend going watching Crispy's video. They can explain things a heck of a lot better than I can, and they've got all of the receipts that I don't have the technical know-how to put in. But yeah, it just brings me on to a kind of wider point that if these popular, well-known people who are trying to do something new and entering the D&D space and have done it the right way, they've been open with their fans about, you know, the funding, they've been, you know, they filmed behind the scenes stuff, they actually spent the money on what they said they were going to spend the money on. They were sensible and held money back so they could guarantee another season or two. They're paying the taxes on the money that they've raised. They actually even filmed behind the scenes stuff, even though it was in the middle of the Texas ice storm. You know, they were trying to do the right thing. They did the right thing. They weren't trying to be too ambitious and jumping before they leapt. You know, the content that they are producing is at the level of Critical Role, from what I've seen of Critical Role, and the numbers for the first two videos seem to back that up. They've been open about the mistakes that they've made and what they would do different. This is the kind of creators we want in D&D spaces, right? Right? Or is that just me? But yeah, Duke is kind of and Black's a word I can't say. Let's think of another word. Duke is symbolising a lot of what women face when they try and enter the D&D space. I was really lucky with my introduction to D&D. It was through friends who did show me the ropes and they did treat me right, and they were patient and lovely and kind with me, and still to this day lovely, patient and kind with me. But that's not everybody's experience, and it should be. I mean, if people are wanting to enter that space, why are men trying to gatekeep it? Shouldn't be happening. And Duke was kind of gatekeeping in a way. I mean, I'm glad he got the smackdown that he did, but that doesn't happen to everyone, and I think it should be happening to everyone. D&D, as I've said in previous videos, is suitable for pretty much everyone as long as you've got brain cells and an open mind, right? But it can feel unwelcoming. I have heard horror stories of that. I've kind of experienced it myself a little bit when I've tried to venture outside of my friend circle. 9 times out of 10, it's been fine, but there has been that, one time where it was like, I don't know if I'd come back here and try this again. Um, but it should be 10 times out of 10 that it's welcoming, and that as a community is something that we do need to work on. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to share my thoughts on it, and so I have. Um, I've been Ange, and I will see you next time. Bye.